Okay, so hi guys and welcome back. In this video we take a look at the Eachine Fatbee FB90 90mm micro quadcopter, which is a tiny and lightweight quadcopter with full FPV capabilities. We unbox it, get it ready for flying and test fly it both with and without FPV. Let's get started. This is the box which it comes in. As you can see, it is available with a built-in receiver for FreeSky, FlySky or DSM2. I have the FreeSky version. It does come pre-installed with CleanFlight on a F3 brushed flight controller. It also comes with a full 5.8 GHz FPV set. When you open the box, you first see a quite high quality manual. Eachine really progressed well regarding this. The copter itself is nicely packaged and comes with many accessories, as you can see. But first the manual, which lays out everything you need to know nicely. We go through it quickly in the video. If you are interested in the specifics, please just pause the video. The copter itself looks great. The camera in front is not tilted. We will see how well this works during our live test. Everything is mounted on a 1.5mm carbon plate, which is great and provides a lot of stability. It uses standard LiPos with standard LiPo connectors for this size of copter, which is great as well. Here you can see the bottom of the copter showing off its sturdy carbon plate. The motors are brushed 8.5mm x 20mm motors, suitable for 2S LiPo. Here you can see a bit more of the bottom. On the very left, the two hinges hold the camera. The other four hold the canopy. The copter comes in at 42 grams without the LiPo. It is powered by a 2S 400 mAh LiPo, which should give it a better acceleration compared to the 1S copters. The copter comes with two of these LiPos, which is great. They also include two spare motors, which is another great touch. Here you can see some close-ups of these motors. They also provide a prop removal tool as well as 4 spare propellers. The LiPos are charged using an USB charger, which you can either plug into your computer or any wall USB charger. Finally, they provide you with Velcro in order to mount the battery to the copter. Altogether, the copter arrives at a weight of 63 grams, including the LiPo. Before you can fly, you will need to remove the canopy. Removing this reveals the camera VTX combo and the flight controller receiver combo boards. The camera has a push button control which lets you choose between NTSC and BAL, as well as between 48 different 5.8 GHz channels as seen in the manual before. There are also two LEDs glued to the side of the camera holder. Here it is also easy to change the tilt of the camera by a little, using hot glue or something similar. You will also need to shorten out the two bind contacts, which you can see on the upper right of this board, right above the bind word. This proved to be a bit tricky. You need to shorten them out while connecting the battery in order to get the receiver into bind mode. This is all very well described in the manual. The tricky part here was that this did not work immediately for me. Only after scraping off a bit of the upper layer of the solder points, I was able to shorten the points and to get the receiver into bind mode. It seems this is a problem quite a few people have, so please keep this in mind. After that, everything worked great and I was ready for the first indoor test without FPV. As you can see, I mounted the LiPo on the bottom using the supplied Velcro. I additionally applied some CA to make sure the Velcro would not come off. The copter is armed using a switch on my Taranis. This is preset in the firmware and works great and is well laid out in the manual. The copter flies great and it's quite responsive. Out of the box it did drift to one side and to the front, as you can see in the video. So I had a bit of trouble with this. As you can see, I had to permanently correct its movements, but was still able to give it some good testing. It has good power, not as good as the punch out of any of my brushless copters, but very adequate for its size. The prop protectors make it very suitable for flying indoors. After this first flight, I connected it to my computer through its standard USB connector. CleanFlight immediately recognized the chip. That worked great. I also immediately recognized that the accelerometer was way off, which was the explanation for the drifting which I experienced. So I quickly recalibrated it, but did not change any of the other settings. Next step is the FPV test, where I fly it outdoors. First thing you will notice is that the camera performs great, even against direct sunlight and given a white snow-covered ground. This is a very high standard for CMOS cameras. I reviewed many which performed much worse than this one in this scenario. The camera is really working great and I have a very clear picture in my goggles. I'm very happy with it. Also, the copter itself flies great after the recalibration. It is very responsive and I could steer it very precisely. The few interferences which you can see were also due to me sitting below our metal roofing, which I know to cause reflections. As this was my first FPV flight and given the snowy ground, I was a bit careful when flying it. But the steering is great and precise, and I think with a bit of getting used to, I could fly it as precise and fast as one of my self-built copters, which is great. All in all, I'm really happy with this copter, especially given its low price and full set of accessories. Another great thing is that the full range of replacement parts for it is available from Banggood. All links are in the video description, as always. So to conclude, I really like the small copter, both indoors and outdoors. The only thing which may be a con is the binding, which can be a bit tricky. But other than that, wow, nice copter, low price, and it flies great. Way to go. So I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe and leave a thumbs up. If you can, please tell your friends about my channel and share this video. I would be honored. So many thanks for watching and see you next time.